new to me, welcome to channel Anna Better, and today I'm going to be reviewing slash commentating on Doctor Who, The Ghost Monument, which is episode 2 of series 11. Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I've got a plaster on my neck because it's bleeding. I'm not going to go into it. It's just not great. Okay, moving away from my plaster. So the episode was really good. It's a nice way. We had a split in the story with the Doctor and Yaz being picked up by one ship, and Graham and Ryan being picked up by another ship. The planet Desolation was the destination, but it got moved due to a race. So it's kind of like a Wacky Racers episode, which was really interesting. And Tim Shaw's race from episode 1 is implicated in making these scientists create all sorts of dangerous things on the planet and wipe out life. And it appears that Tim Shaw's race is basically a plague to the whole galaxy, because the two captains from the ships that rescued the Doctor and his companions let slip some stuff that Tim Shaw's race has been doing across the whole galaxy. Yay, I've done my hair. I feel much better. Anyway, so that was quite interesting. What those floating snaky things that kind of reminded me of Nagini / flying snakes / flying bits of paper / eels was really interesting. I want to know more about the abandoned time child, because that's interesting in itself. We don't know who it is. Some people might be going, oh, it's one of the child of the Doctor. We don't know. It's a huge spoiler. Or it could be the Doctor himself or herself. Daddy, Mummy, TARDIS. Yeah, it's so confusing. Even the Doctor's a bit confused about that. Great episode. Love the drawn outness and the fact that they're actually allowing time to pass, because I think that's a great way, because it allows the relationships to feel more natural. But then again, you've got more characters to play with, so it's not so speedy, which is nice. I love the fact that you had that lovely conversation between Graham and Ryan as they were figuring out the solar panels and the battery powered boat / ship that goes on toxic water that no flesh can touch, because if you touch it, you'll basically dissolve and die. I thought that was really good. I love the fact that they still talked about grace. I like the fact that things are impacting on the characters. I love the fact that we've still got Ryan and Sphere of Ladders, because it's all about coordination and being a person with dyspraxia who finds that difficult. And I like the fact that the script is actually honouring that and developing that further, which is really good. Yeah, I'm going to rub my nose now. Yeah. Note to self, stop rubbing face. It's not working. So I think that's kind of good. I want to know more. I love the fact that the TARDIS was the Ghost Monument. I love that because the TARDIS is so cool. This is old school TARDIS. This is like the 11th Doctor's TARDIS. The new TARDIS doesn't have the ambulance sign, St John's ambulance sign on it, which is a bit of a shame. And it also doesn't have, it has a black background and white writing, just for a change. So there you are. And it's also got sort of a teal kind of colour, a tealy greeny blue, rather than a blue like this. This is old school TARDIS. I also like the fact that the TARDIS itself is sort of like the rest of the TARDIS is like the police boxes at the front, and Doctor walked in, and then you saw the room like attached to it, which was kind of cool. The inside, I love the fact that that was at the end. The episode was really good. I'm loving the fact that the guest star actually had a significant role. It wasn't just like, oh, a cameo appearance, even though it was just 2 scenes. They were impactful to the plot, and it carried the story forward. I'm loving the fact that you could see like the girl pilot and the boy pilot had chemistry even before the Doctor got involved. So it just built on that, really, which was nice. I like that. And I like the fact that there's enough characters to carry the story now. which was nice. I felt that the Doctor was actually had some really good moments. I felt that Ryan with the gun was an interesting choice because dyspraxics and hand-eye coordination usually don't go well together. But also, I like the fact that Call of Duty, why does it not to use guns? And I felt that that was handled really well and explained, if a little bit literally explained, but it's also quite good because the fans don't know the history, so they have to explain it. And I felt that that was a great visual way of doing that. Weren't those robots a bit weird? Anyway, moving on. So that was kind of cool. Yes, I'm still wearing this from last camp. Those didn't know. Yeah, it's coming off at December time. That's another thing entirely. So yeah, robots, evil water, flying eel slash snake slash bits of paper. It's Doctor Who, anything can happen. I mean, they used to use bubble wrap covered in green slime and make it move, and that was a monster. So, yeah, we've moved on. I'm liking the CGI, and I'm liking the fact you've never knows. Yeah, I know. Some people are going to moan, oh, she keeps touching her nose in the comments, probably. I like the fact that the episode had lots of different hazards within it, and I also like the fact that you weren't quite sure what was going on. You had to discover it, and rather than just just use the sonic and we'll find out. No, it was a little bit more complicated. It was interesting to note that the three companions got translator chips in them, which will mean that when they do go inside the TARDIS, that it won't be explained by the TARDIS doing all the communicatory stuff that usually does with companions, which is a bit annoying, but hey ho, I guess some people want, more scientific, concrete explanations. I'm liking the fact that the ghost, yes, the TARDIS being a ghost monument, that is so cool because it is a ghost monument. It's a ghost monument to all the actors who play the Doctor, and it's also a ghost monument to all the um, actors and actresses who've been the companions slash metal dogs slash comedians. So that was good. I'm loving the fusion of the 11th Doctor's sort of first orange TARDIS with David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston's organic TARDIS to make the 13th Doctor's crystal TARDIS. Which kind of reminded me of the Dark Crystal in a way. If you've not seen that Jim Henson film, check it out. If you're a child under 9, I suggest watching it with an adult because it can be very creepy. Really good film though. And I like the fact that they've kind of done that, but it also reminds me of a Silence TARDIS that they had in that ship. Yeah, so that was quite cool. Very interesting. Even not the Silence had a TARDIS, but they had spaceships with like overarches on, and that was interesting because they reminded me of TARDISes. I'm liking that, and I like the fact it was a slow reveal to the which was nice. It did feel like the first episode and the second episode were more sort of a reintroduction to Doctor Who and what Doctor Who is going to be. And I'm loving the fact that the 13th Doctor had the Freudian slip of, come to daddy. I mean, mummy. That was cool. So that's going to be interesting. So the Doctor's going to have a completely different interactive relationship with the sexy girl here. So that's going to be interesting. Oh boy, yes. Moving swiftly on from that, yeah, that'd be interesting. Quite. So yes, I think I'm going to give episode a 4. Some people might hate like the slowness of it, but I really felt that all the tracks had something to do. Yaz was a bit quiet, but hey ho, not everybody can do everything. But there was good questions. Everybody had a lot of questions. But the focus at the moment is really Ryan and Graham. I'm sure Yaz will get to do more as she becomes more confident within like the environment. It was so nice to go to an alien world that wasn't a quarry. Though it did kind of remind me of like the place where they filmed Troy with Brad Pitt when they originally landed. It just reminded me of that. All the sand and going up that steep beach. It was nice to actually have some sandy beaches. Because I mean, Alien Worlds and Doctor Who do tend to be like quarries or beaches. But anyway, it was quite nice. It was actually kind of cool. I'm loving that the third episode is a historical episode, because I think it will actually give Ryan and Yaz some internal conflict and actually give them really real motivation. I love Rosa Parks. It's going to be an awesome episode. So that's the third episode. So that is going to be brilliant, I think. But I've not seen it yet, so I can't comment. But I think the idea of it is brilliant. Second episode, it was good. 4 out of 5. We're still building these things up. The boys had more to do, so it was kind of cool. And it was nice to actually see how the Doctor can piggyback onto events, change the outcome. So yeah, if you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know more about that abandoned time trial because I think that's going to come up. It's interesting that Tim Shaw's race seems to be like the main thread, like the 11th Doctor's crack in the wall was the main thread throughout his timeline. So I think it's kind of cool that we've got this new race doing stuff all over the galaxy, it would appear. So that's quite interesting. So roll on episode 3, which is going to be an Earth-based one because it's a Rosa Parks episode. So it's kind of nice that we're going to be going alien worlds, history. That is going to be good. I'm kind of glad that the Daleks and the Cybermen have been put back in the toy box for this season. So if you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what you would like me to talk about via Doctor Who related items. I'm going to watch the second episode again because I really want to see the scene where those flying bits of paper / eel / snake things / I'm going to smother you things spoke to the Doctor and the fact that they were attracted by the fact that he's got 12 lives or she's got 12 lives. See, even within the episode, they still weren't sure with the correct pronouns for him / her, which is interesting, I think, because I think it also acknowledges the fact that for 50 plus years he was a he and now it's a she. So we had this thing at the end where it's like, come to daddy, I mean mummy, which was a great acknowledgement of that. I think that's kind of cool. I love the fact that we had a nice slow reveal to the TARDIS and it was like, you know, what we didn't have the whole bigger on the inside debate. We just had like dimensional engineering, you know, or transcendental, whatever. Yeah, wibbly wobbly timeline. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry, it's been kind of like a bit thin and flimsy, but I do want to see this episode again. I am going to rewatch it because there were some gems of information that I have was so involved that it's just sort of like, but there is some good stuff. Tim Shaw's races are very important, and I'm thinking that we're going to find out more about this abandoned time child, whether it be the Doctor himself, if it could be somebody else, it could be Jenny. I doubt it's going to be Jenny. Could be Child Doctor herself. Don't know. That's the spoiler. So bye.